Will you wear a helmet when you're on a bike? Probably a good idea to wear one when you're in an airplane. Yeah, that guy definitely could have used a helmet. So today we're going to be talking helmets. I'm John from fly@mikealpha.com, and we are talking about the Skycowboy helmet. I've tried out many different helmets, and what we're going to be doing here today is ultimately showing you how to take this helmet from Skycowboy and install a Bose A20 or similar headset into it, so that you have a nice noise canceling, high quality helmet that's also actually a good helmet, that's actually going to protect your head. So I've tried out many of them, anything from a few $100, the custom made ones, all the way up to thousands of dollars, $3-4 grand for what's supposed to be a really nice custom fit one. Honestly, this is what I found works the best. We're not paid to make this video in any way. Skycowboy was kind enough to send us this helmet so we could go ahead and show you, since I had already bought one from them, to put a new headset into this one so you can just see that process, what it looks like. But for just under $500, you get the helmet, you get the little things that attach to the headset, and yeah, it's really hard to beat. It's comfortable. I can wear it for hours. None of the other ones I really could, but I can actually wear this for 5 or 6 hours. And no, it's not as comfortable as wearing just a plain old headset, but it's pretty dang close. There's almost no difference, where none of the others, after a half hour to 90 minutes, they were all a little bit too tight, too heavy, all that stuff. Initially, I went with a visor. I've kind of gone away from that. I really like this one because I can tuck my sunglasses up underneath the helmet. The little stick things on the side of a sunglass, whatever that's called, the arm, goes right above the ear cup, so it doesn't interfere with noise canceling, doesn't pinch or interfere with the helmet. My sunglasses I like a lot better than any of the visors I'd ever tried out on any of the other helmets, and even this one. But definitely check them out. Link is in the description below. And if you've already got one of these and you're ready to see how to put it together and assemble your headset into the helmet, then stay tuned. That's what we're doing right now. So to get started with the install, this is how it's going to come out of the box. We're going to go ahead and open up the ear cup holders, little spring guys here, so they actually just kind of click out. I know it feels like you're going to force them. It's kind of stiff at first, but it's totally okay. So now you're back to where you're going to actually have the ear cups here. It looks more like it's going to be a normal helmet when it's on your head. Now, to get this done, all you really need is going to be a Leatherman. That's going to be your most basic tool. There's some optional tools. So you could optionally go ahead and use a pair of needle nose pliers if you want to be a little bit more professional, a more appropriately sized screwdriver on your headset so you're not going to strip out any of the screws. Optional also is super glue and a nice cold beer. So to get started here, we're going to go ahead and grab our headset. First, open the beer. And we have our Bose A20 headset here that is broken courtesy of one of my students, but totally usable for this install into the helmet. So first step, we're gonna go ahead and remove the little Velcroed on little pad there. Don't need that anymore. Get rid of some of this stuff for now. The next step is going to be removing these metal clips that actually hold the wire of the headset, the wire going to your ear cups, into the band. So we can see where we have that little wire there. We've got, I think about 6 clips there that we want to go ahead and remove. And you can do it with the Leatherman, you can do it with a regular pair of pliers. This is really the only part of the headset install, so to speak, or disassembly that you really cannot put back together. So you can reassemble the headset, you could remove it from the helmet and put it back into the headset, but this part, you're not going to get those little metal clips back into the plastic here. Now, the wire is actually free from the headset band. Side note on that, make sure you're grabbing the little metal clips, not grabbing the wire when you're pulling out. Also, don't shake the table and spill your beer. Next up, we can go ahead and remove the mic boom from the bottom of the ear cup. So you can go ahead and take your screwdriver, just 2 simple Phillips head screws that are in there, and then this is just going to pull straight down. Now, the big piece of wire there is free from the headset, so all of that gets put to the side for now. Now we're dealing just with this. You can do it in any order you want. You could remove that first if you wanted to. If you want to switch it from the left side to the right side, you could go ahead and do that later on here once we start reassembling the headset in the helmet. Next up is going to be removing the little ear cup adapters, basically these guys that come in your kit with your new helmet. We're going to be removing these from the headset. So normally this is attached like that. So we'll look at this side first. 2 simple little Phillips head screws. Hopefully you can see them in there. We're gonna go ahead and just loosen them up, removing just one of them. So I'm going to remove one of them entirely on the left side there where the wire is. And then this is going to lift straight out. And my wire is going to go ahead and come free from that little metal bracket in there. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So loosening this side and removing the screw entirely on that side, and our wire comes free. So now what we are left with here, aside from some dirt, is just our ear cups and the wire going inside the ear cup. We're gonna have to go ahead and remove this little band here. So this is just gonna come off the sides there. It basically, it's a little wishbone bows out. The key is, this is probably the more dangerous part of the disassembly. If you just rip this out of there, you can pull the wire straight out of the ear cup. Not that happens very often, but it is doable. So I typically remove this side without the wire first, and then very gently, maybe get in there with a little flathead screwdriver or with your pliers and kind of coax that wire to come free from this little band. So we're free. What you can see inside there is how that wire comes out, goes through this little channel there, and then comes out to the side. So that's what we're trying to get the wire pried out from, so it just slips right out from that channel cleanly. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on this other side. You can see how those wires are just kind of hanging out there, so we're going to try to kind of help them back inside as we put these adapters on. So we're done with those parts. These are the parts we're focusing on now. These are made to fit the certain side of the headset, so look at the way they're curved and go ahead and install them on the appropriate side. One is left, one is right. So this channel right here, that wire has to come into it and then make a 90-degree turn coming out to eventually go through your helmet. So we want to go ahead and kind of help feed that into place there. So it's already partially in. And then we'll go ahead, if that all looks good, we're not pinching any wires, we'll wrap this guy around and it simply snaps into place just like that. Now, this is where the super glue comes into play. If you want, you can go ahead and put a little dab of super glue in there to kind of better hold this adapter in place. Now we've got the right ear cup, the right adapter. We're going to go ahead and feed that wire into that little channel again, nice and gently, making sure that we don't pinch the wire, using a little screwdriver if need be to kind of help coax it into place there. And once it's all lined up, there we go, snaps right into place. Now we're ready to go ahead and put the ear cups into the helmet itself. There's the helmet. Here's our ear cups. They are obviously left and right, so we have to pick out which one we want first. So left side of the helmet, left ear cup. I'm going to take the right side first, and we're going to go ahead and fish this through, going outside the padding, outside these thin little plastic cables, the BOA system that actually tightens your helmet. So we're going to go outside of all that, get the chin strap out of the way, and then pull this to the side, feed this guy through, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So pulling these to the side, feeding your ear cup through, getting the chin strap out of there, and now we are ready to go ahead and snap this into place. Now, the key here with actually getting this to attach, this is oval, right? So if you can see in there, there's that little oval shape inside there. So wide, fat part, and then oval, skinny part. We want to get this oriented 90 degrees to the actual helmet. So 90-degree orientation right here, so that we can go ahead and just easily clip these into place. If they are oriented the other way, then you're probably going to actually break some plastic because it's too wide for it to spread apart there. Now for the other side, pretty much the same thing. So all the cables are routed correctly. We'll go ahead and clean up that cable there in a second. We'll go ahead and twist this, so 90-degree orientation to the clips. We'll just simply push them in to the side and then rotate, and there we go. We can go ahead and reattach our boom mic at this point. So simply sliding that guy back into position. This would be the time, if you want to, switch it over to the right side, that you could. Go ahead and snug up these two Phillips head screws, and you're essentially done. So how this helmet ultimately is going to work is you have your chin strap, of course. Chin strap comes together, very easy to figure out how that works. You have your tension adjuster in the back, push in, rotate. As you tighten, it ratchets down, it adjusts for someone with a tiny head. If you have a big head, you pull it just straight back, it clicks, and you can go ahead and loosen it up so it fits on somebody's big head. As far as our wires there, well, we're going to go ahead and remove this guy because this is the thin pad. So what we also get in our kit is extra padding, and that's just simply gonna go in there just right like that. And keep some of that wire out of the way. You can go ahead and test fit it, put it on your head, and figure out where you want to put that wire so it's not going to irritate you at all. Other stuff you get in the kit is going to be like these little vent covers. So maybe that's going to hold in a little bit of heat for you if you're flying in a cool climate, or leave them out if you're flying in Florida or down in the Southwest or something. Now, as far as the visor, it's not standard, so that's an option. So you can actually loosen up these little guys here, and then your visor will move up and down, and then you can lock it in place. This is standard, where you have this little accessory adapter where you could go ahead and put on a GoPro camera or something like that, flashlight, whatever. And then as far as the fit of the helmet, bear in mind that these slide up and down. So this is how you adjust the helmet to fit for you. You can slide those ear cups all the way up, or not so much. Same thing on the other side. And then as you take the helmet on and off, you're always going to be clicking them either in to push tight against your head so you get a nice tight seal, or click out to go ahead and remove the helmet and make it a little bit easier, more comfortable to pull off of your head. So that is it. That is how you install the Bose A20 in the Skycowboy Team Wendy helmet. Doesn't have to be a new A20 at all. Obviously a broken A20 works just fine. Very cool helmet. Link is in the description below, skycowboysupplycompany.com or supplyco.com. Overall, pretty happy with it. Is a helmet more comfortable than a headset ever? No. A headset by itself is always going to be more comfortable than a helmet, but overall, of all the helmets I've tried out there, pretty darn comfortable, very reasonably priced, $400 some. Comes with the helmet and all the attachments you need to go ahead and assemble the headset into it, or you can buy a complete one from them if you don't want to mess with all this stuff, you just want it assembled for you, then they will sell you the actual helmet with the Bose A20 already installed into it, or I'm sure you could send in your equipment and they'll install it for you as well. Any questions on this stuff at all? You guys know what to do. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up if you like the helmet and like the video. Also let us know in the comments below what other helmets you guys have used and how this one compares to them. Any questions about the product or assembly or just anything in general specific to this, you can always reach out to John over at Skycowboy directly. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for using helmets. Definitely a super awesome tool for general aviation. Huge lifesaver. And I just cannot really justify anymore flying an airplane without a helmet. I wear a helmet when I'm on a bicycle, on a motorcycle, and I can't really come up with a good explanation or excuse as to why I shouldn't use one when I'm flying an airplane. So definitely very important. As always, guys, you know what to do. If you cannot fly every day, then fly8mikealpha.com. We will see you all in the next one.